To all my young and aspiring entrepreneurs, and to all of my fellow content creators, I hope what I'm talking about in this video will really be able to resonate with each and every one of you. Do you guys ever feel chronically misunderstood or feel judged for trying to reach to a higher place? Well, you're not alone. I feel the same thing. It feels like no one else around me, except only a few people, really understand what I'm trying to do. And for a long time, I really didn't understand why this was the case. I really didn't understand why there weren't more people pushing and trying to help me get to this higher level and trying to join me on this journey instead of trying to tear me down. It was only recently that I understood why this was the case. It was after speaking to my cousin, because we both experienced the same thing in a way. And the conclusion that we came to was actually quite simple. It's simply down to the fact that you don't get hate from people doing better than you. There are always people trying to bring you down and trying to make you seem less than you actually are. But on the other side of that, there are also people who are championing you, and there are people who are also striving for excellence just like you are. So even though right now you might seem alone, and you might feel like there's no one else out there who's taken the same journey that you are, eventually you will find your people. Eventually you will find your group of like-minded individuals who are trying to do the same thing that you are. And no matter how long that takes, you have to remember, you have to keep in mind the fact that it will happen one day. It might be a couple of months, it might be even a couple of years, but eventually you will get there. And the main point I want to try and hammer home for you guys is that you have to do what's necessary, not what's cool. Trying to build a business at 17 years old, or however old you guys are, isn't really the coolest thing to do. But it could be necessary for the future of your family and for the future of further generations in your lineage. Sometimes going out on runs every single Sunday, regardless of the weather, isn't cool, but it's necessary to keep up your fitness. And sometimes I'm even thinking to myself, why do I do this? It's so much easier to just go out partying and just have a chill life and not try and stress and put all this pressure on myself to reach these levels that I want to get to now. But then I remember this, that an easier life now will result in a harder life in the future. And a harder life now will result in an easier life in the future. So all the effort you put in now will pay dividends in the future. The stuff you do now, you will be repaid greatly for in the future. You guys have to remember that 5 years, 10 years of hard work, of grafting will result in a lifetime of enjoyment. You can have a lifetime of partying if you just put all the effort in now. Lock down, put your head down, and don't look up for a few years until the job is done. So, I want to reiterate a main point to you guys. You have to do what's necessary and not do what's cool. So to all my young kings and queens out there who may feel alone, may feel like there's no one else out there, I see you and I'm rooting for you.